Hello everybody, this is Sonya. Now, I'll come on today to continue on with my crazy quilting, okay? Now, I am working on the bigger piece, right, and as I go on it, I show you what to do on the smaller one, okay? What I've done with the smaller piece, because that's a piece of, trying to pull that apart. So I'm going to show you today the bits that I've done on the bigger piece, which will be this down here, and there's that bit there, and there's also that. So there's a bit on here that I've worked on, so, but we'll do what we can in the time. So, and now I am looking at the time so I know what's going on, but I wanted to show you first too, because I've got bits here that I've cut off, pieces of applique, cut off pieces of lace, and now I'm sitting on them, I think, whatever I had here to show you. Right, well this piece here I've already cut. I cut this bit off. I don't know why I left that on there and put that on there, because I don't like that, so I'm going to take that off. You know me, I'm not going to leave something sitting there that I don't like. I'd rather just have one or the other instead of having it all both together. I think I covered over a part that, right, I did too. I covered over a part because there was a little hole still there. Once I did my bit of work, there was a little hole still in it, so I covered that over. Right, now there still is a little hole there, but I don't want to put, see if I put this, what happened to that bit? I just must have threw it there. If I put that there, it's going to be covered over a fair way by the seam anyway, but I still want something there, and I don't think this bit I'll leave. I'll take it off and redo it maybe. Put it in a different spot. So I think I might be better off to put a little piece of lace or something along there, eh? Piece of lace. Now, I'm using a cotton lace on this. You can use whatever sort you like, whatever you're happy to use, and a lot of this is going to go in the seam anyway. There's going to be a fair bit of it in the seam. There won't be much that's not in the seam, so I don't know whether I'll put it all the way along. I probably should do that. If I put it all the way along, that'll look good, and then that'll be in the part of the seam, and I think I've got it around the wrong way. I'll just have a look here. Okay. Right. Yes, it will be fine. It will be fine. It will go along there. And I'm just going to really quickly stab stitch that down there so I can show you what I'm going to do next. Now, I picked up a few bits and pieces so I could find bits and pieces and put them into... Oh dear. You wouldn't believe that, would you? That I've just moved me reel of cotton that I've had here all this time, and now I can't see where it is. Oh dear. I wonder what I did with it. I know I had one went down the back of the side of where I'm sitting there in my chair. A minute ago. Fancy not having me cotton here. I thought I was ready to do this. This happens occasionally, doesn't it? How about every time, nearly every time this happens to me. All I want is a piece of me roll of cotton back, please, whatever I've done with it. I was sorting out things. Hope I'm not with my head in that camera shot. This won't be pleased with that. But with my hair's a mess. I was going to make an appointment this morning to get it all cut off, and she's too busy to do it for me. There. So I've still got my hair for a bit longer. Well, I've got some pink, and I don't know what I did with the other one, but it doesn't make me very happy that I can't see it here anywhere. I'm sure of that. It was sitting in that bowl there. Well, and then I had too much stuff in the bowl. I bought myself a bowl yesterday, a dish, at Vinnie's. and it's got divides in it. See, it's divided into sections, but not really keeping everything in its own section, but it's okay. Right, now, and there's a knot in that. Well, that doesn't surprise me anyway. So, and here I have my magnetic needle holder, which I need really bad to have. That's a bit of a father type one, isn't it? That one. It was a bit thinner one. I've got some more needle gestate. I have the packet over there, and I will show you shortly what sizes to get in a minute. But you need a variety anyway, you know. So if you can get a packet with a good variety of sizes, I'm just going to sew this really quickly down along here. Try not to take up too much of your time, and I'm going to bring it in a tiny bit because I think I'd still like to see some of that, but I want to cover that piece. And if I'm sewing down along here, which I will be, I need to have it covered so I can see what's going on. Okay, I want to have a bit of it out. Or wait a minute, this is going to be a cover on a journal, isn't it? So it's not going to be sewn like that at all, Sonia. Right, so you just need to cover it over. Isn't that the truth? Okay, we'll just first do this. Let's put this on here first. Okay, and get on with the next stitch that I want to show you. Now I'm going to make these really lightning stitches, which I mean they're a bit small on top they are, and this is not actually a real thing. Well, it is if you don't. My mother used to say that if your stitches were too big, they were like lightning stitches, and they weren't very good as far as she was concerned. But I never did a lot of sewing near my mother because I didn't want to be told what to do. It's not good, is it? But that's how we are. When we're children or a bit older, we just don't want to be told what to do. Even when we get older, we still don't want to be told what to do. I was watching this story the other day, me and hubby, and it was called No Men Allowed or something. Well, it was really intriguing. Now, that's crooked, but you know what? I'll fix it while you're not watching. I promise I'll fix it so it's not crooked. Anyway, so this story was no men. Somehow, the same way that some insects can reproduce on their own, women started doing that, and they didn't need men anymore. And when they had babies, they were all girls. And there was the youngest man alive was 30-something because they'd all died out. So there you go. Because women obviously took over the world. But that started happening back in the 50s, according to this story. So, but anyway, it was quite interesting. I had to watch it. It was kind of far-fetched and way out, but you know what? Sometimes you've got to watch these things. You just can't help yourself. Okay, so I'm going to have a mouthful of my coffee. Why not? And, sorry about that noise. Just give you a quick look at this idea. Now, I've showed you some things that you can use, right? I do have a question for you about these pearls. If anybody out there can tell me where, if they've ever seen any of these, you can buy them, because I was on the internet last night for hours. They are a long pearly bead. They're sort of like a, like a little wheat, maybe. They're pearly looking, because they're probably plasticky. Well, you know, they're not anything amazing, but I have one pink one. There's one pink one in there, and I have the rest of a creamy colour. I don't mind. I'd like to know where I've searched and searched on that internet, and when I typed in the bugle beads, all pearly beads. I never got anything that looked remotely like this, and I don't know where I got these from. I've had them for a while, and I really want some more because I can use them up pretty quick, especially with what I'm doing here. So if anybody knows and can send me a link, I do have some really a bigger green one, and it's okay, but they're a bit big, I suppose. The size of these ones here, these little ones, are 1, 2, 3 millimeters, and these ones here are 5 millimeters. So if anybody's seen any of them, can you please tell me where to go? I've looked on heaps of sites. I'd like to get them in Australia because I want them, soon. Because but I couldn't find them overseas either. Also, now we have ideas here. So I've bought this. I don't know. I think I bought this or somebody gifted it to me. I can't remember now. But this was on the piece of clothing, right? It would have been the top layer of something. I don't know what it was, but so you can buy things like that, and then you cut off your bits, like so, and then you've got yourself a flower, right? And then you can do the same. There's a bigger one there. I don't know if I'd put it on this smaller piece, but and if you don't want to leave the leaf there, you'll just cut that because it won't come undone. It's just how it is because of the way it's made, I guess. It would probably come undone after about, a whole lot of years, and you could use that too on something as well. You could put it underneath something, like, you wouldn't do that, but this is an idea. Put it under a piece of fabric or something, underneath the edge of something like that, We could just use this one here. I'll just cut that bit off. I'll put this under here. Put that little fella on something a bit darker so we can see it, like that. And then you could put it under there, or it can go under here, where I'm putting that on, you see? But so you can cut out lots of bits and pieces of things like that, because you don't have to go and buy. It's all squishy, and I do have my little iron here today, but I haven't got it plugged in. But you can just give it a quick press, but put something over the top of it, because that is an organza inside there, and it'll just go foof, and it'll be gone. So, but anyway, it won't be good, and neither will your iron be after that. Just have to clean it. And then there's things like this, absolutely beautiful lace. This come up off a top too. I do think, maybe. I can't remember now. I've had it for a long time. Or somebody's gifted this to me. I can't remember where this come from. I'm telling you, it come off a top. But there's bits on here that you can cut out and use for your applique pieces. Well, maybe. I thought it was flowery looking, but it's got these bit of... Well, if you cut this out here... And so this is where you can get your applique if you can't find any, to put on your bits and pieces on your work. Because I've got some there that just goes up along here. Oh no. It looks a bit like something, doesn't it? Not a lot though. Well, that was a bit disappointing. I thought I was going to show you how to get a flower off that, but there's no flower on it. Well, there you go. But never mind, you might have a flower on yours. I was gifted a real lot of these really nice bits and pieces from Annette. She's in Tasmania, and she sent me some of them, and they are awesome. And just to think, she's got them all different colours. That she put them all, and oh dear, that was nice. She's changed the colour of them and sent them to me, and I'm really pleased with that. So thank you very much, Annette, because I love them. I've also cut that out of a bigger piece of lace, a longer piece. So therefore I've got that nice bit. And then I got this here, very small piece, and it's off a piece of Maybe it's not because it's just a piece of fabric by the look of it, because it's still got the side seam on it. But if you cut this out, if you want to use this as a applique, first of all we're going to look on the back and see that's not connected. This is not connecting across there or across there, so you're not going to be cutting off anything, okay? So what you do is you should go around the outside, you know, willy-nilly first off, and then you just have to sit there and carefully cut this out. Now, because this is sheer, I can see that there's a piece of cotton through there, and I don't want to cut the cotton off. Maybe I'll do it on the back, because if you did, you better get it through and stick it down really fast before you lose your beads, okay? But you can cut out this sort of thing, and if you have something that's got a lot of thread going from one to the other, then you need to put some glue on or sew it first before you cut it out, otherwise your beads will fall off, okay? So if you cut it out on the back, we can see that that's going to work a bit better. And then when I sew it down, I'm going to use, I'll be using this, I'd say, to sew down on the bigger piece. But you know what? You can do that yourself anyhow. This here is just chain stitch and some pearly beads. That's all that is. And you just and there's a sequence going up the chain stitch here. So we could probably show you how to do that too later. But it's on a very thin piece of fabric, and that doesn't matter. You don't have to do that. You can put it straight onto your piece of crazy patchwork, can't you? And I've got a piece of thread hanging there, but I don't think it was... No, it's only just ending off the other one. It's not actually anything that's going to fall apart on me. But I'll have a nice piece of applique if I do this. And you just have to look at things like in the thrift shops. I don't know about, I suppose in your shops now overseas, if you're changing seasons, they might have the summery things on a bit smaller amount of money. I don't know how it works. They do here sometimes, but not for long. They're very, very stingy around here as far as things go. I've seen things the same price in the brand new in shops as what they charge in some of our opportunity shops here. It's ridiculous. Anyway, I'm always having to whinge about that, aren't I? Right, and I'm getting too carried away with what I'm doing here. I'm sorry. I'll get back onto this other in a second. I'm just keen to get this off here so I can maybe use it later. I was sitting up really late last night doing this. Not really late, but I was doing it. It's about 11:30, and to me that's a bit late and in the night, and I sort of couldn't relax then after I went to bed. I don't know why, but I couldn't sleep. Felt like I was awake all night. And so you wouldn't put it there exactly, but it looks really good, doesn't it, if it's on that thing? Really good. Okay, so let's get on with this. Now I want to put a bit of a stitch down here, and it is called, it's a cross stitch thing, I think. It's like cross stitch. No, it could be herringbone stitch. I can't remember the name of the stitch, but don't you worry, it'll be fine. I will think of it while I'm doing it. While I'm working on it, I will be thinking about it. So I need a bit of yellow. I've got some here. This is just a piece of crochet thread. I showed you the threads I was using. This is a bit off one of these like this, and it is I think it's 10 grams. It's number 8 anchor, and this is all I've mostly used these for. I do a tiny bit of crochet with them, but not much, because if you see me crochet video, you know I haven't done a lot with it lately. I suppose your mind just got that much stuff on your mind, sometimes it just, you lose track a bit of what you're doing. Okay, so I want to work now and show you how to do this here that I've got along there. Okay, I'll show you what that is. If I get up really close, you can see that these are little loopy things there around a bead. But I want to do this yellow bit here first, okay? So I'm going to put that, I think I'll take it over here to this edge bit. So you're going to come up here at the top of your, will I put it there because I want to put the blue in the inside of that. Yes, that'll be nice. Okay, I'm sorry. Now you come across this way, right, a bit, and then you'll do a little back stitch there. Okay, now I'm just bringing it into this colour. You could take it over further if you wanted to, but I don't really think I will. And I'm going to take it back this way now and go back like so. Okay, down here, and up this one. Now down here and up this one. Now the other day, the last one we finished on was this here. I hadn't finished it all, but I finished it off, so I hope you've got yours all done. You're doing it. A lot of people are saying that they are really keen to try this too, so I'm really pleased about that because I really enjoy doing it, and it's nice to know that somebody's learning something new and different, isn't it? Can you see what I'm doing? I hope so. You go back there. Well, see, what I'm looking at the screen of the computer, the camera, is only very small. Now, I seem to have got a little bit bigger, but it doesn't matter. You want to try and keep it as, the same size as you. Keep it even, right, if you can. It's not too bad. It's got a little bit larger, but that doesn't matter. I'm not going to be... It's handwork, and if you do it as neat as you can, that's good, do your very best. Because it's yours and it's done nicely. It's all that matters. Just do your best with it. Okay? And enjoy doing it, and that's good. Sometimes I can feel my whole body getting really tense, I don't know why. Should not underestimate myself. So we decided last night, I was going through all these things in my mind, There is so much stuff that I really should have kept on showing you years ago. But I kept on chasing around after trying to do other stuff, and I think I've learned a lot, so I think I might just... There's enough now. But I've learned a lot, so I can show you some bits what I can do, because I'm going to do there'll be another series. This one will be going for a while yet, I'd say, a fair while, because there's a lot to learn on this, and there's also my A to Z one. I'm going to do one on stump work too as well, so that'll be my next thing. Once I get this up and running a bit further along. So I'm not very many in front yet. I've got to get a bit in front first. When I get up there in front, I'll be able to show you. Now another thing too, when we're putting on beads and we're coming to the side here, on the edge, we probably wouldn't put a bead there, okay? Are we not putting on beads today? Oh yeah, we're going to have a couple of beads right in the edge. See, this is right in the very edge of the piece of calico too that's under the back. Okay, right, so yes, that is going to be in the seam. That's all going to... No, we're not having a seam. It's all going to be underneath a piece of interfacing that I'm going to be ironing on there. Anyway, there'll be interfacing on this, and I will probably put something else over it. I'll think about it, because it's going to be a cover, isn't it, for a book. Anyway, so that's that done there. Any minute now I'll remember what it's called. Okay, so there was another thing or two that I wanted to talk about as well. But it was... all these things will come to mind over the time, I imagine, because you sort of think, well, as I'm going along, I know what I'm doing, but I'm not remembering what I've said to you and that. So what I really need to say is, nice lady who is one of my subscribers, and she lives in Queensland, I think. Hope I got this right. Name is Diane. And she sent in my message to let me know that I hadn't told you about the weights of your fabric. And I really appreciate that, Diane, because it didn't occur to me when I was doing it. But it just depends too, like, yes, it does make a difference. You don't want something really thick with something really thin. But then again, I've seen people use velvet and satin material together on there. So it depends, I suppose, a lot on the person, what you want to sew. You wouldn't use something that was a polyester cotton, like a polyester or something that's all polyester, because it's very densely woven and it's not, it's shiny, you know, it's not, you need to have, well, this is shiny too, but it's a piece of silk material, that is. And this is a satin, and I have got a piece of a linen here that goes okay, and this is sort of a linen, and it's a furnishing one, but it's not heavy, you know. When you look at that, you're not got something really thick like a something off the chair, you know, the chairs are made out of, or curtains or something. You need to put your same thicknesses of fabric, or pretty close, on a piece. And something that's not really too heavy, because even if you want to use the velvets and things like that, well, they are really good to use, actually. That's probably the most popular ones, I think. It's velvets and silks and satin fabrics, I think they're popular. But so are these too now. I reckon these sort of ones are really nice. I actually have another one of these, well, I haven't quite finished yet, that I may have showed you one time. Okay, and it's a lot lighter, the colours on it. But see, you can use whatever colours you like, you know, and it's your piece of work. You can please yourself what you want to put on there. I wonder what I did with that. You wouldn't think I could lose things in this small space that I'm in, but I can. I can manage really good with that. I had that nice piece of embroidery here somewhere. Where'd I put it? I'm sorry I'm fishing around in here, but it gets to me when I can't find what I'm... Oh, you know what? It's fair there where I've been fiddling, you know. Excuse me. So this is a piece that I've worked on previously, and it's a lot of light colours. I don't think I want to put a lot more into it. Some people do cover them really a real lot, but I don't know if I want to. I probably will. I think I might need... And now that's made out of lace. That is a lace one. I've put all lace in that, see? It's not got any fabric in it, it's just lace. Pieces of lace. Really cool, isn't it? Really nice. We might do one of those, we'll see how we go. But they're not hard either. I mean, they just do it the same way. Now, what have I done? Have I lost my needle? Wrong piece of... That's the wrong thing, I'm not using that. No, I finished. I finished what I was doing and I'm up to the next bit. Okay. So now this part here I really love to do, and this is called, come on Sonya, you know what it is. Where's my mind today? I don't know. I'll find a needle first, and then I'll find a piece of thread that I want to do that colour, because I really like the blue that I did this one in. The blue and the orange look really good together, so let's see if we can find that. Okay, blue, here we go. I wonder if I got this in the pearl. Did I use the pearl one? I must have a pearl one. Pearl cotton I'm looking for, in this colour here. Right, geez, I'm organised. Oh dear, I kept finding all this nice stuff out, not going back in my room, because I keep bringing out more things. I keep finding all these nice things that I've got, because I haven't seen them for so long, because I've been working with other stuff, as you know, and I haven't worked with all my materials and things, and it's all there. It's all there because it's been collecting up and saving, because for days like these, I hope. Now, did I use pearl thread? No, mustn't have any round that colour. I would have thought I would have done. I love the colour of that. Oh, well, I mustn't have did. We won't worry about it. We'll use this one because it'll work just as good. It will work just as good. So I'm going to have three strands of this, and I'm using this really pretty blue. Love this blue. It was always my favourite when I was doing any sort of embroidery, and I, you know, like, always run out of this colour. Always running out. So I'm just going to pull these out the way I do. Other people just do it different, but this is how I take them off. It is, and then I'll straighten that out, and I'll get another one. And I'll pull that down there like that, and I'll straighten that out. Yeah. And then I'll get another one. And then I'll keep that one and put these back together. Which I think is okay. Maybe it does make a difference to part of what you're doing, I don't know. I hope people are saying on the video that I did before this that I hope there's a few of you that would like some of them bead needles, because I'm sure I said the first people that comment and say they would like one, if you like one of them bead needles that has the, oh, that's right, stick it in your mouth, and it has you know, that opens down the centre. If you go on my last video, although some people might have already grabbed them, I don't know, I have 3 to give away, and they have split. They split right down the centre, like so. So you can thread it straight through there, okay? So if you want one of those, I can't even see what I'm doing. You can thread it straight through the middle. If you can see the middle, there we go. Right, so I've got 3 of them to give away. So on the video before this, if you just say I'd like a needle, Sonya, I'll send you one. 3 people, I got 3, because I have extras. I managed to put one somewhere now, I can't find it, so I've got 2 extras now, but I'll have 3. I've still got 3 to give away though, because I've got my own as well. So, I thought, what's the point in just buying one? I mean, I know that I'm not very good at hanging on to things, especially these needles, they're a bit small. That's why I got the, what's the name out? Now actually what I should have done is told you that we need a long needle for this. Right, so what we're about to do now, we need a long needle, and it's got to have a fairly big eye to thread this through. Which I keep licking, and I wish I wouldn't do that. It's disgusting, isn't it? I'm sorry about it, people. It's not as disgusting, but it's not nice. Rightio. Now, so you need a reasonably long needle. That's what we need. We need something substantial. I'll give you an idea how long this is. It is 6 centimetres. That one. I still didn't get that packet to show you. So I'm going to put this part here, up here. This bit I'm going to do now. It's going to be at the side where there's not so much of the yellow. Is what I'm saying. Okay. Okay. So you come up through the from the back, and now you're going to make a tiny little stitch back here. And come up, right, you want a little tiny stitch, and you're going to push your needle through to about that far. This is called cast on stitch, because you know how, remember you used to cast on it with the knitting? This is what you're going to do with this. So you need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Now, try and keep it all tidy and even as you're going. Don't pull it too tight because you won't be able to get your needle through there. Make sure that your tail of your three, this is up here. You don't want it back too close, so when you pull it through, your tail's not really long. It's down here, the end of the thread. Okay, so now you want to hold it between your finger and your thumb, and very carefully just hold it as tight as you can without stopping yourself from getting through there, and you just pull this through. Careful, 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 and let it go and keep going through and keep going through, keep going through, and you just tweak it, and you've got one of these things. Looks like a little grub, right? You see that? Looks like a little grub thing. And then you just go down in the back here. Hang on a second till I'll show it to you in a minute when I put this down here. Show it to you in a second. So we've got this little grub sort of thing, right? It's a little bit twisted, but you can manipulate it to go where it needs to be, because it depends whether your cotton gets twisted. I wonder if you can see this. It depends whether your cotton gets twisted or not when you're doing it. But anyway, so we'll go over and do another one. Because now I can leave it like that if I want to, but I'm going to be putting beads in it. A little bead in the centre of it, because there is a little centre there. And if you can see that, it's a bit wee, isn't it? Righto. And I'm going to put it, and I'm going to get back. I'm going to do a little stitch here, and we're still sticking within the little cross at the end of the top of the little cross there. We just want to stay in that part, so we're getting them evenly spaced and where they're supposed to go. Now you want to pull this down here like so. Have your needle nearly all the way through, but not. Go around there and pull that down like that. Go around there and pull that down like that. It's just like it's cast on stitch, it's called, because you're casting on, and I'm not watching what I'm doing, and I don't feel comfortable with those two bits, so I'm taking them off there by just pushing my needle back out through it and start again, because I wasn't paying attention to what I was doing. I have to look when I'm doing this so I can see what I'm doing. So we're going to go back through there again, push it up but not all the way, go around and pull it right down. Take it right down to the needle, to the fabric. That's why I wasn't happy, because I had a big gap. So take them all down, go steady, and just pull it down to the edge there. Look at that, see? Easy as anything it is. It just goes, doesn't it? Now, this will get all tangled up, and maybe, look, it's twisting a bit. So what we're going to do is we're going to untwist it in a minute when we get to the end. I've got no idea how many I've put on now. I stopped counting. But I want them the same size, so I need to count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 9, 10, 11, 12. And make sure you don't put the needle through the thread while you're doing this, because otherwise it'll wreck it. So now just hang on to it fairly tight, but not so that it won't pull through. Okay, we're going to be doing more of this sort of thing later on, and maybe to make a flower too. We'll do a flower like this as well. I'm just doing these. They're like little shells actually, and if you look at it close up, they look like a little shell. Where's my camera thing? See? Can you see that? Righto. And we're going to do another one, eh? Because they are fun, aren't they, to do? I think so. But I'll turn them up that way because I want to put the bead in them. You can leave them just like this. Just leave them like that. That looks pretty cool too. So, by the time you get to the end of this, you'll know how to do these, okay? By the time you've started all the way along there, it'll be all clear as mud to you. Actually, it'll be... Oh, I forgot to So what you do is, of course this is twisting up a bit because we're doing a cast on stitch. We want to hold it up and pull on that and just make it, let it roll undone, you know. Let it spin round till it comes undone. Okay? So now back to this bit. Righto, so we've been through there. We want to go back in, back stitch it and make sure we've got plenty of tail here. And we're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. And we're going to hang on to it and pull that through there like so, okay? So it's all fastened up nicely. Now, there's a little girl in one of my subscribers' granddaughter. She loves to watch my channel, and I believe she misses me because she's back at school. And I really appreciate your feedback on this. And to the little girl, and I don't know her name, she's 6, and she watches me with her nana. And I'd like to say a big hello to her. And nana will tell me her name. I can say hello. It's really nice to have such a dear little friend somewhere out there. I don't know whereabouts she lives either, but it's very nice. And she likes to watch me and Amy, who is Aljon, likes to watch our channel. So that's very nice, isn't it? It's lovely to hear things like that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Anyway, I want to say a big hello to everybody that watches me and comments on my channel. I really appreciate it. I do. I might even leave these like this and not do it the same way I did the other one. Doesn't matter, does it? There's no rules as long as you get it right. Well, as long as you do it the best you can, it doesn't matter how it turns out, really. Do your best. If it's laying down, that's fine. So these seem to be a little bit closer together than the ones that I did on the bigger one. But that's okay. Look, they look pretty. It looks pretty good. See how these ones here are a little bit further apart? See, and I've got a little thing. And these ones are get closer together. Oh, well, maybe they're not. I don't know, but I think they look good. Doesn't really matter, does it? Anyway. So that's a couple of stitches that we've learnt today. The other one at the back is... oh dear, I'm going to cheat and I'm going to have a look at my book, okay? I'm going to have to go and have a look at my book and see what, or one of my books, and see what that stitch is called, so I can tell you what I taught you the other one, how to do first. 2, I'll just finish this first, this one thing. 3, 4, 5, 6. It's all curling up and I forgot to uncurl it. 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Here, I'm going fast. See, and it could have an effect on your how this sits. So I've pulled that right through. You know, I haven't undone it. I just pulled it right through so I could take it back. So I could untwist it a bit. It didn't work very much, but it worked a bit. It untwisted a bit. I think I've undone it. Oh no, I haven't. Had it when you got to rethread again, but that doesn't matter. It's part of the embroidery, having to thread the cotton. There, so. But anyway, I'm excited to start my stump work one. Stump work is a 3-dimensional embroidery. Absolutely the best fun ever. I've done a bee previously. I've showed you a bug. I've done a fair few different bits and pieces over the years that I have here. I'm just going to put that in there, that needle, till I come back. I'm not going anywhere. I'm just going to reach down here without knocking the camera over, I hope, and find my book. Got to get the right thing. Where's my book? Because I've got one down there. It sits on the base of my light so it doesn't tip over. Don't know how many times I've nearly broke the light with that thing. So I have a Reader's Digest Complete Guide to Needlecraft, and I'm hoping there's something in here to do with what we just did, because I haven't looked at this for ages. I've actually got a few of these. Let's see. Embroidery stitches. Here we go. Harding. Well, that's something that we haven't done much. I haven't done much of over the years, so I wouldn't be looking in there, would I? What am I doing? Finding what I need. Knitting, design. Really good book to own this. Really good. And I've actually, there's one sitting down there, and Vinnie's nearly $1. I mean, if people wanted these sort of things, they are so, I don't know why people don't care for them anymore, but they just put them in them shops. I've paid over the years a lot of money for my books because I really like them. And I'm finding you this stitch here. Look, I thought it might have been a herringbone one. It is herringbone. There it is there. You got it? Hey? Actually, it's a herringbone stitch. They're called cross stitches, but this is a herringbone stitch. And then you can do a lace one. You can do all sorts of variations of it, but that's what it is that we did on here today. And this one here is called cast on stitch, which is why, because you're casting on your stitches, aren't you? So that's why that's called cast on stitches. I'm not even showing you. Okay, so thank you everybody for watching, and I think I went for a while this time, and that's okay, I hope. Okay, so thank you everybody for watching, and we'll talk to you later. Bye-bye. If I can figure out how to switch it off.